Welcome everybody to unlock the secrets of content marketing. I'm going to teach you how to attract more customers. Welcome. This is a live webinar, and I am Mark. I am Mark Mikelat. You can laugh a lot, you can learn a lot with Mikelat. And it's going to be me leading the conversation today. It's me talking and you listening, but that doesn't mean that you're not participating. I want you to participate. I want you to be part of the conversation. And the way you can do that is by add your questions and comments into the question box. And then I've got a little pop-up indicator on here, and then I will address those as we go along. And most of you probably got here today from Constant Contact. This is a Constant Contact sponsored webinar. I am not an employee of Constant Contact. I am an independent strategic partner, officially what's called an authorized local expert. And the name of my business is Building Aspirations. And I've been helping businesses for a number of years build their aspirations. I truly and sincerely believe that you need to be emotionally invested in what you're doing. Because if you're doing a business, if you're in a position you don't dig, oh man, it's not going to work. It doesn't matter how great your marketing is. Your life is not going to be so enjoyable. So we implement systems. We help you implement these systems to bring greater success while you're experiencing joy in your business. And there's my contact information. And we are recording this. We're live, but we are recording this. And everybody who participates live will get a bonus copy of this in a follow-up thank you email from me, mark@buildingaspirations.com. That email will come to you at 10:10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow morning. That's California time. So look for it, mark@buildingaspirations.com. There'll be a little video recording link in there, and then you can save that link. You can watch it again. I want you to take some good notes. I want you to listen attentively. I want you to be present and realize how you can take these ideas and use them in your business. But I know I set the expectation that I'm going to give you too much stuff. I want you to have lots of options to choose from, because everybody's business is different, your resources are different, so I over-deliver. So that means that you may need the resources to check through later. All right? So with that, let's get started. And we're going to start backwards first, because you need to do all of your marketing backwards. What that means is you need to start with the end in mind. What do you want to have happen? Please don't execute your marketing and then come to me and ask me, did it work? Well, if you really don't know what the measure of did it work actually is, then you kind of already dropped the ball a little bit already. Now, for most people, goals or specific metrics are the most obvious. Okay, so how many people called us? How many people downloaded? How many people bought something? So everything that you're doing in your content marketing needs to have some measurable, in my opinion, numeric qualifier to it. You know, oh, are our customers satisfied? Okay, yeah, we want satisfied customers, but like you can't measure that. That's really subjective. You can measure other things like clicks and downloads and phone calls and appointments, right? So think about doing your marketing backwards. What do we want to have happen? Because I've been in this space for a number of years, and I remember a client being all excited, oh, I got 100 likes on my picture. Okay, she posted a picture on Facebook, got 100 likes, was really happy. So, okay, great. Did anybody call you? No. Did anybody buy anything? No. And I understand you can't get super duper awesome results all the time, but you at least have to have that mindset. We're just not doing it for likes. We're just not doing it for clicks, right? Eventually these likes and clicks and this chatter and whatever else needs to result in some tangible benefit to the business. And we're going to walk you through what that looks like. What kind of results? All of your businesses are different. Okay, so here are just some examples. Now, realize that the main quote-unquote result is the money, revenue at the bottom. Okay, but that's not how it happens immediately. Okay, there's something before the revenue. Oh, I want to make money. Okay, yeah, so does every business on the planet. I get it. But there's something before that. Now, what is it? You know, for example, one of my clients had me review a campaign once. She had a little shop. And she said, Mark, is this a good campaign? And I said, I really can't answer that question. That's just, well, what do you want to have happen? Oh, I want people to come to the store. Okay, then it's a really bad campaign. Why? You didn't give me the address of the store. You see, working backwards. What do you want to have happen? I want someone to come to the store and buy something. Okay, so what do you have to do before that? Give them the address of the store and encourage them to come. Okay, so all of your actions, your specific calls to actions associated with your content marketing are going to be unique to you. Here are just some examples. Okay, the point is, go for the money, but not right away. There's a step before the money in your content marketing. And it starts with your email list. If you're not doing email marketing, you need to get started with email marketing. And please don't think blind CCing a whole bunch of people in Gmail is email marketing. It's really not, because it's not very impressive, and there's legal issues and formatting and other things that we can talk about. But when you use a properly formatted and well-targeted, well-designed email list, you're really shooting towards the bullseye in your marketing. You're just not shooting anywhere. You're shooting towards the high-value clients. I tell my coaching clients all the time, better 10 people who love you than 10,000 people who don't know who you are. The higher quality, not quantity. Everybody's always distracted by quantity. It's quality. So if you build a strategically thought through high quality email list and execute email marketing properly, wow, your content strategy will really be effective. So this is just a high level, just super duper tippy top example of good email marketing. It can be as brief, as simple as what you see. This is it. This is the entire marketing message. It fits on a screen. First of all, you start with good visuals and good visual branding. Okay, on the screen you see shades of green and blue, you know, aqua, all just kind of different shades of green and blue. So if I look at your posters, if I look at your brochures, if I look at your business card, if I look at your website, this same color scheme needs to be there. You need to have consistency all throughout. Because here's what's critical. You know your business. I do not. I am trying to learn your business. I'm trying to become familiar with you. And the way you get a business done, the way you get a new customer, a new client, is that you build a relationship. And that comes from rapport building and trust building. And that does not happen immediately. Okay, maybe someone will buy something for $1 if they don't trust you. But seriously, if you went into the store and somehow you thought the cashiers were shady, or you saw something nefarious happen or something, you're not going to buy anything in that store. You don't have a trust feeling established with that business. The way you build trust is show them again, 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 show them again. You might get tired of it because you've seen your logo 9 gajillion times, but I've not. And if it's red one day and then blue the next, it's confusing. So color scheme, branding. Okay, your logo. Your logo should always be at the top of your email marketing. I call this 1-second marketing. Bam. If you have the opportunity to market to me for 1 second, what should you market? You should market your logo. And I may see your email and delete it, and then see it and delete it, and then see it and delete it, and then see it and delete it. But every time I see it, I see your logo. Great vacations, great vacations, great vacations, great vacations, great vacations, great. Oh, you know what? Golly, my 10-year wedding anniversary is coming up. Yeah, let's see if we could have a great vacation. You see? So the marketing that was sent over 6 months, and I didn't even read, still worked. Because you executed 1 second marketing, had a good visual at the top, the logo. Now, notice that in the middle, you have very, very little text. In the United States, we are very, very impatient. We are not listening. We are not paying attention. We are not reading. We are skimming. We are skimming something while we're doing something else, while two people are talking to us. We're not getting all the information. The way you combat that challenge is that you have more concise, summarized information, very little text, and then a very specific call to action. Remember the results. What do you want to have happen? In this circumstance, you want someone to click on the website to view the vacation opportunities, right? So bam, no one's going to buy a $5,000 vacation from an email, right? But they may go to the website to go check out more information. So your call to action needs to be very, very dominant. In the example that I'm showing you, I mean, it's okay, but it could even be better. See, click here to view. I would put that in maybe a bigger font, maybe make it contrast a little bit. Like red, I don't know, red might be a little bit much, but it has to be easy for me to find. And 51% of the time, I'm going to be viewing this on a mobile device. So, you know, I might have to click on it. And you know what? If you don't know, if you've never met me in person, I'm 6'4". I'm a big dude, and I've got these big old sausage thumbs, right? So it's hard for me to text, and so it has to be easy for me to click on this thing on the phone. What I said before, I really need you to focus on this. Less is more. Take what you want to say, cut it in half, and then cut it in half again. And I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even kidding. I've had clients who have tried to squeeze in so much stuff, it's just like, it's almost ridiculous. Oh, that's 14 different links. Well, in case somebody wants some, no, nobody's going to make 14 different decisions. No, like one place to click, one phone number to call, one thing to think about. And if you don't know more specifically what that means, here are some examples. Less is more. Tips. 3 ways you can do this. 5 things people mess up about personal finance. 7 things you need to know about graphic design. 3 ways to discipline your children, right? Whatever it is where you have expertise, whatever is the core of your business, you can share tips. You can do that in a sentence, maybe 3 sentences, bam. But for all the information, for true parenting expertise or whatever, they need to consult with you, whatever your business is, right? Now, pictures. Pictures is also a great way where you can get a lot of information disseminated relatively quickly. Don't go overboard here, because you still have to stay within less is more. So maybe a couple pictures. Don't try to put in 18 pictures of your products. No, that's too much for me to absorb. Teasers. What is a teaser? Think of a teaser like an appetizer, right? You're not serving the whole dinner. You're giving them a little bit of something to whet their appetite a little bit. Okay, if they're not interested in the two sentences about your business, they're not going to be interested in the 3 paragraphs about your business. But in your email or other forms of content marketing, if someone clicks on that teaser and then your call to action, like click here to learn more, click here to download the brochure, you will know who clicked. Now, that's kind of like a warm lead. Not kind of, that is a warm lead. That your reader is documenting to you that they are interested. And there is no other type of marketing that you can do that. You know, who watched your TV commercial? You don't know. Who read your magazine advertisement? You don't know. Who clicked on a link in your email? You will know. Be concise, okay? Just bam, put it out there, really short and sweet. This entire webinar, I work really, really hard to put a lot of information in just 45 minutes. Because could I give a 6-hour webinar? I could. But that's too much for you. You wouldn't be able to absorb all the information. So I got to be really concise. So that's what I do. So more specifics on how to do this. Now, if you're not blogging, blogging is a great way to get to execute your content marketing, and for a lot of different reasons. One, blogs are relatively easy for people to digest. Okay. Oh, they know they can read a blog post in a couple 5 minutes, whatever. Right? It's not like they're going to your web page and they don't know how comprehensive the stuff is. There's a general understanding of how long a web, or I beg your pardon, a blog post should be. General rule of thumb, according to the analytics, 700 to 800 words. Now, a couple tips: have great titles. If you see the example that I'm showing you, how to get everybody talking about you. Ah, okay. So it's actually about word of mouth marketing. But how to get everybody talking about you? Oh, that's kind of a catchy title, right? So you're kind of marketing your marketing is what you're doing. Now, what's great about a blog post is it has organic or natural SEO optimization opportunity, which means that Google will see what you're writing about in your blog post and optimize the keywords. Now, there's things like deep linking and long tail keywords and keyword density that we don't have time to get into right now. But the thing is that if you have a blog post about wine tasting and you're talking about wine tasting, you need to use that phrase, wine tasting, or more specifically, wine tasting Chicago, if you're actually advertising wine tasting in Chicago. And what do you talk about? You talk about what you know that your reader or your potential prospect doesn't. Okay, maybe they have some sophistication about wine, but not this type of wine or something. Okay, then you talk about that type of wine. Whatever, don't blog about everything in the world. Stay in your lane, whatever is of value to your target market. And then what's super duper awesome about this is that you will create blogs that are shareable. On most blogs, you will see this at the top. You will see a social share bar. The social share bar allows and enables people to share this information. They can literally click on a button and share it. So in this circumstance, I'm showing you my blog post. This is a real blog post. You can go look it up. 81 people shared it on LinkedIn. And then 30 people shared it on Facebook by clicking these buttons, right? If you have a blog, these tools come in your blog or your website. If you're not sure how to do it, this is a question for your webmaster. And then at the bottom of your blog, or I use it at the bottom, okay? Where you do it and how you do it is really up to you. But you must always realize that it's critical to always build your list, your email list. Remember the first thing I said, it starts with email marketing. Because they come to the blog, they love you, they love what they read, but you know what? They forget about you. And it's not you, it's life, right? Because the vendor called, the supplier called, my computer got a virus, whatever, right? The world just distracts us. And we can totally love you, but we forget. We get distracted by 9 gajillion other things. Well, the way you deal with that distraction, the way you deal with that noise, is you get their contact information. You build your email list. So here at the bottom of the blog, I ask them, please join our email list. We welcome new subscribers to the Building Aspirations newsletter with the Email Marketing Video Success Kit, 10 videos on how to ramp up your email marketing. That's what's called an opt-in bonus. You're giving somebody something of value to subscribe to your list so you can maintain contact with them. And they're literally taking action to do this. So this is not spamming. They know they are subscribing to your list. And does it need to be videos? No. But as long as it's something of high value to your subscribers, that's cool. A download, a white paper, a cheat sheet, some tips, poetry, I don't know, like whatever makes sense for your target market, as long as it's of high value to them. And remember the value of visuals. Content marketing is very, very visual in the United States because we're just so lazy. And I'm not trying to be mean. We're lazy. It's actually documented in international indices that we don't read as much as other places. We skim the information. And we're quick to respond and communicate, but not really absorb and contemplate. So however you feel about that, what that means is that you need to be concise and to the point. Images, great way to do that. Some specifics here. A lot of your content is going to be consumed on mobile devices, and it's growing more and more, and especially as you go towards specific markets, specifically younger people, they're consuming more and more content on a smartphone. Tablets a little bit, and what that means, one key thing is that your call to action must be above the scroll. So imagine your information landing on the front page of a typical smartphone, and your buy button does not appear on that screen. Ooh, that's bad. Because what is the number one most super duper important thing? You want them to buy. Well, if they don't see the buy button, they're less likely to buy. Oh, but Mark, they can scroll down. They could, but remember, we're not paying attention. I'm in line at Starbucks. I'm distracted by 9 gajillion things. So make this call to action button not only very prominent, but make sure that it is above the scroll. And then you need to always make sure that your content is mobile friendly. What that means is it needs to look good on a mobile device. If your website's not mobile friendly, you need to talk to your webmaster. You need to get going on that, because if it looks all kooky when I'm pulling it up on a tablet, right, that gives me a negative impression, right? Just like you want your physical store to look clean, you want your website to look clean and organized, regardless of how people pull it up. If you're using Constant Contact, which I hope you are, and if you're not, I'm going to invite you to get started with Constant Contact. There are mobile-friendly templates. So I don't know how to do mobile-friendly. You just pick a mobile-friendly template, and then you start with that. So part of the answer has already been done for you. Now, when you're using these visuals, focus on one thing. Okay, focus on your business, focus on the environment, focus on your expertise, focus on a theme. If you give me too many visuals about too many disparate things, that's confusing. Remember, limited amount of time, one congruent message, one action for me to take. Okay, a lot of pretty pictures are great if you want me to go, ooh, ah, but you probably want to lead me down a path of results. So provide wow pictures. And this right here is a wow picture. This is a picture of my mom. There was one Christmas a few years ago, where on Christmas Eve I said, Mom, you know what? We don't have any plans for Christmas Eve. What do you want to do today? And she said, you know what? I never got my picture taken with Santa Claus. So guess what? We got Mom's picture taken with Santa Claus. And she's 85 years old in this picture, and it's a super duper awesome picture. And I've had people look at this picture and they've laughed and they've cried and they've applauded. It really gets a powerful, emotional, visceral reaction because it's a wow picture. Now, Mark, what does it have to do with your business? It has everything to do with your business. You're connecting with your customers, right? Not everything is a mathematical equation, right? Sometimes you just need to be nice. Sometimes you just need to be friendly. You can't ignore the results, but sometimes just creating the wow, whatever that wow is, that's important. Now, use your own photos. There are stock photos. There are actually stock photos in Constant Contact if you want to use them. Now, please just don't Google and find a photo that you like, because that may be theft. Okay? It's intellectual property theft. And if some camera person spent 10 years figuring out how to take this awesome photo and you just use it, that's really not fair. Okay? So make sure you use these photos appropriately. Now, the way you can quote-unquote really ramp up the use of photos is by using videos, embedded videos. And Constant Contact supports this really well. You just embed a little video in there. When I say embed video, realize what this means. It's really a link. So the video file isn't physically in the email. If we physically put it in the email, it would get caught in spam filters and it would just be too big. It's just not technologically feasible. When someone clicks on it, it plays from YouTube. That's the premier place. That's my recommendation for where you host the videos. you put them on YouTube first, and then you share the link in your email. And notice this one that I'm showing you actually got a 68% open rate because I told people there was going to be a video in the email. There's very little information in that email. That's it. You know what, 2 sentences and 2 logos at the top. But it had a 68% open rate. For email marketing in general, you kind of want an 18 to 20% open rate. That's pretty good. So holy moly, I tripled the results by having a high quality video in there. Now, these were some examples of creating your own content, okay? Original content. But you know what? You don't always have to create your content. You can curate it, which means that you use existing content. And be careful here. This is not theft. A lot of people misappropriate. But it's not mine. I didn't write it. Okay, well, yeah, a news broadcast can quote something that was in the paper. A paper can quote something that was on a news broadcast. I mean, that's perfectly fine. Okay, if you take the information and pretend that it's yours, like strip out all the ownership information, then that's theft. That's intellectual property theft. So on the examples I'm showing you, suppose you're a cycling company. Okay, you show an article that's published about cycling in the Boston newspaper, an article that's published from a bicycling news magazine. You know, as long as the content, articles in this circumstance, are of value to the reader, then that's perfectly legitimate. That's perfectly okay. As long as you're not pushing traffic to a competitor. Okay, don't borrow something from another person's website, because if I click through it, I'm going to go to the competitor's website. Okay, don't do that. Like, for example, I've got 3 years of blog posts. I've got 500 videos on YouTube. If you can use one of my videos, if you could use one of my blog posts, yeah, I want you to do that all day long. Because if it provides value to your reader, great. You win, they win. And you know what? If they click through to my blog, you know what? I win too. I get a little more traffic, and then maybe they connect with me. So win-win for everybody. How do you find these things? Well, you check the news, you read the blogs, like what's the main blog in your industry, what's the biggest newspaper, what's the biggest magazine in your industry. And remember, always give credit to the original author. Okay, don't try to be tricky here, because, you know, being less than straightforward in your business is never good practice. Okay, just give credit where credit is due. And you know what? You can also have user-generated content, or content generated by others, your employees, your members, your volunteers, customers, clients. You know, suppose you have a contest. Hey, you know, most stupid picture contest with, you know, this product. You know, and okay, so I heard of this once. This was brilliant. This this plumber did this. He had a contest where you needed to take his plumbing logo and take a picture of his plumbing logo while you were on vacation. You know who the winners were? The winners were this young couple on the beach in the Bahamas on their freaking honeymoon. And they were just holding up the logo, and you know what? They had fun doing it. The plumber got some promotion. It was a little silly. It was a little funny. But holy moly, that's brilliant. I mean, who would think that people on a honeymoon would go out of their way to promote a plumbing company? There you go. It's content created by other people. As long as you realize you're dealing with another human being and it needs to be fun and creative and engaging, you know, that's perfectly okay. It can work. So, how you can create it yourself, how you can curate it, borrow it from someplace else, and then how you extend the reach. Here's what this means. Social media is like a good joke. It needs to be shared. I want one person to like you on Facebook and then share it with other people. So what you need to do is have social media content that's worth sharing. The only way I'm going to tell people about your restaurant is if I had a super duper awesome experience at your restaurant. Remember wow with the picture? Same thing. You need to provide them a wow experience. Share this on Facebook if you like this. Retweet this on Twitter if you like this. Regram this on Instagram if you like this. It has to be share worthy. In this example, they're given a little bit of a story about how relaxing it is to sit on a porch at this B&B in the South, have a relaxing vacation, just chill, let your worries go away. And they built a whole story around what they're selling at their inn. So the story is worth sharing, right? So think about how can we make it worth sharing? And this is how it goes, right? All of this stuff is interconnected. Twitter is interconnected with Facebook, with LinkedIn, with Pinterest, with Google+, with email. So as long as you're putting good stuff out there, it's of value, it provides value to your customers, and you use the proper tools, you can really get extended reach. I'll show you the very specific tools in just a second. Right here. This is what is called the social share tool. And this is in Constant Contact. So let's suppose you have a yoga studio and you're just doing this promotion. You know what? You're sending it out to email list. Hey, 2 days later, we want to also share this on Facebook. So there's this little tool. You can change what you're saying. You can change the picture. You set the date. And then what Constant Contact will do is publish your newsletter to Facebook. In this circumstance, we took the Half Moon Yoga Studio email and then we posted it to the Facebook business page. And see, just a little bit of information. Is yoga on your summer to-do list? Take $5 off your next class. Boom. Quick, easy peasy, right? I don't know how to do this. There's an interface. You just follow the interface and you just click along. And then if you really want someone to do this for you, that's where I come in. You don't need to do any of this stuff. You can hire my team to do it all for you. That's exactly what we do. And I'll give you some contact information at the end about how you can connect with me to learn how that works. But when you do this, you're taking your information and you're just passing it along to more and more people. Now, how do you put this all together? Well, if you haven't gotten started with email marketing, you need to get started. If you've been on the fence with Constant Contact, okay, let's get you off the fence. What I'm doing is I'm sharing a link right here on the screen, and I just put it in the little chat box with you, and it's a clickable link. You could go to buildingaspirations.com/constant-contact. That's buildingaspirations.com/constant-contact. Or just click on that link that I just sent you, and you can get started. That's the first step. And you can get started for as little as $20. Okay, it looks awesome. It is awesome, but it's not very expensive. Very, very affordable. Now, in all of this, in your content marketing, I sincerely encourage you to share your story. I actually taught an innovation workshop at a local college yesterday where this was the central theme to what we were talking about, sharing your story. You need to share your story. And this is how you do it. Okay, you find a picture. Okay, what is the visual that can demonstrate the story? And then you just write a little bit to support that story. And then you have a call to action associated with that story. Okay, so go on vacation. No, that's not a story. Would you like to relax with a Mai Tai and a hammock and just have all your cares be blown away with an ocean breeze? Click here to learn how to make that happen. See, that's a little bit of a story. Now, whatever that story is and how that relates to your business, that's for you to decide, okay? But that is sacrosanct. It needs to be in there. And when you do that, you're going to emotionally connect with these people in a really powerful way. They're going to be engaged with you and a lot more likely to do business with you. Now, a lot more to go. I'm going to share my story with you because I'm going to give you a very, very comprehensive example of a story and how you can put in the story, and we're going to walk through why it's important. But I realized that, Mark, I have questions. I don't understand. No worries. No worries. I've been doing this for a number of years, and it sounds easy because I've been doing it for a number of years. But I get it. If it's new to you, I don't know what to click. I don't know what I'm doing. You have a little confusion. You have a little anxiety. You have a little fear. No worries. What you can do is you can schedule an appointment with me. And this is a one-on-one phone consultation. And you just go to buildingaspirations.com/appointment. Buildingaspirations.com/appointment. I just shared it in the chat box with you. So what you do is you go there, you click, you find where it says no cost phone consultation. It's a no cost phone consultation. You'll be on the phone with me for half an hour. We'll talk through how I can help you. We'll answer some specific questions for you. If you want to hire us or do more advanced work with us, great. If we're not a match, well, rats, we're not a match, but you're still going to get value from that call anyway. So I encourage you to do that. Just follow the online calendar. There's a little bit of, 2-minute form to fill out, and we're good to go. Your story. You need to know your story. Because what really, really bugs me, what really hurts my heart, is when an entrepreneur says, I want. Okay, you need to understand this. Hear what I'm saying. And I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm not kidding. I don't care what you want. I don't care what you want. I care what your customers want. I care what your clients want. Your business is not about you. Your business is about them. They will do just fine without you. You will go bankrupt without them. Everything in your business, your entire story, needs to be focused on them. The value that you provide them. The benefits that you provide them. The help that you provide them. The pain that you take away from them. You must constantly and consistently be focused on your target market. And let me explain how I got here. On the screen, you're seeing a picture of my mom and dad. And my mom and dad, when they got married, they were very, very poor. They got married in war-torn Europe. And mom's dress is made from curtains. The bridesmaid standing behind her created the dress for her from old curtains. The flowers are not from a florist. They are from the forest. That's not my dad's suit. He had to borrow the suit from his boss. Now, they got married, they were very much in love, and they realized, we can't build the life that we want for ourselves and our family here. We need to go to the United States. We need to go to the land of opportunity. So they moved to the United States. And they had little education, and they had very little money. They couldn't even speak English. And on the screen, you see there's a pic. That's one of the very first pictures taken in the United States. My sister, there's 2 in the baby buggy, which is, like, I hope you appreciate, the coolest baby buggy in the world. And they opened a tavern. And they didn't know marketing. They had meager education. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have Google. All they knew how to do was work. And they put their heads down and they worked. And for the first 5 years of their business, they never opened late. They never closed early. They never took a vacation day. They never took a sick day. They worked all day, every day, 15 hours a day for 5 straight years to get their business off the ground. They worked incredibly hard. And I saw throughout their professional careers how much they worked. I want you to achieve their success. They retired in their early 50s. But I don't want you to work as hard as they did. I want you, quite literally, to achieve their success without as much work. So I created programs, and I literally wrote a book about this called Achieving What You Want for Yourself in Your Life, the Aspirations Message. Because I felt that, oh my gosh, I saw this firsthand. What can I do from this experience? How can the world, how can entrepreneurs learn from mom and dad's experience? So that's exactly what I do. I help people like you work more efficiently and more effectively because of this experience. That's my story. What's your story? Why are you in business? What are you doing? How are you helping people? This is what you need to share in your content marketing. It's not about your product. It's not about your service. Whatever it is that you sell, I can find it someplace else. Even if it's super duper awesome, there's some reasonable substitute for it somewhere in the world. But you cannot be duplicated. You cannot be replaced. You have a monopoly on being you. You are the only you that exists in the planet. And when you truly understand and appreciate the unique you, you can really leverage this content marketing idea because you are coming from a place of 100% genuineness, 100% authenticity. Then you can really connect and build rapport, build trust, and build client relationships in an exceptionally powerful way. Think through your story and think through how you can share that in your content marketing. Now, I'm a big fan of goals and expectations, and we set a goal to get you out of here in about 45 minutes. So we're right at the threshold right there. So I would love to answer a few questions if you guys have any questions. I respect the fact that your time is limited, and I know that you have tons of other things going on, but you chose to spend a little bit of time with me today. So, I already see my assistant gives me a confirmation that a couple of you already set appointments. Okay, way to take the first step. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The link is in that chat box there if you want to click and go ahead and do that. I welcome the opportunity to talk to you. There's my contact information. If you do have more specific, more personalized questions, great, we can address those in the appointment. If you're excited about Constant Contact and ready to get going, woo, let's get you going. Thank you so much. Remember to look out for the thank you email. Sandy says she's going to start using the tips right away. Woo, thank you, Sandy. We appreciate it. Love it, love it, love it. And look for the thank you message from me, which will be coming at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning from Mark at Building Aspirations. That's Mark at Building Aspirations. Well, thank you ever so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day. Be safe. Good luck with whatever you're doing. And I will see you on the next webinar.